Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddie and this week I'm really excited. It's getting a little personal this week. I'm going to be talking about two journals specifically that I use pretty much every day, if not a few times a week. My reading journal and my gratitude journal, which I'll get into more detail about in a little bit. So the title of this video is obviously my reading journal, but I figured I would also show you my gratitude journal because it's the start of a new year. For the past month, have been using a new journal. So my reading journal is a totally separate thing from a gratitude journal, but I thought I would still include it. And if you're interested, I will timestamp. So my gratitude journal will kind of be towards the end of this video. Now, I am putting this literally as its own timestamp as a disclaimer. I am not a creative person when it comes to journaling. I get really stressed out when there's different options for stickers or pens or even like bullet journals and how to organize a certain way and connecting all the dots and making it really pretty. So this video specifically, like if you are here for an aesthetic video, this is not the video. I'm coming straight forward saying that up front. I have colored pens that I do not use. I use the same two pens. Let me get them and let me show you. These are the two pens that I use, a black one and a purple one, and my purple one's broken. I think Dobie got to it and kind of messed up the pen, but I literally have a whole pack of pens that I should use to make my journals prettier and I don't. So please click off of this video if you want an aesthetic journal video. This is not it. This is going to be more of an organization video. So I am telling you guys how I organize my YouTube planning, my TBR list every month, my wrap-ups every month, how I remind myself when there's new releases of books monthly. So it's more of just like a month-to-month basis of how I organize the books that I read, and ultimately how I reach my goal every year of reading 80 to 100 books. Now for the gratitude journal, that's a totally different thing. I only write in this pen. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's just like a nightly routine that I've started doing for the past 4 weeks now, and I've loved it. So this is my lucky pen, okay? Right now, I will not be doing a very aesthetic journal, but a resolution for 2022 that I have is to get a little bit more creative. Literally do not have an artistic bone in my body, but I do have a bullet journal from the same brand that I'm about to talk about, Clever Fox. They gifted it to me and I want to try. My reading journal that I'm about to talk about, let me just give you guys a little overview. It is from a brand called Studio O. Studio O. I've talked about this journal many times. I literally just got it from Barnes & Noble, and the only reason I liked it, I kind of like this. It kind of matches my tattoo I got going on, but it lays flat, and I've literally talked about this so many times. When you're writing in a journal, it's nice to not have that little bump when you're writing, so it's a nice little flat space to write on. But other than that, I just saw the journal at Barnes & Noble and was like, I need that, kind of cute. And it became my reading journal for 2021, and I do plan to use it in 2022. The one big benefit having a reading journal has given me is organization and declutter. This has helped me organize what books I own versus what books I want to own, or what books I need to buy, or how my videos are planned with trying to do the YouTube thing. You need to be very organized. So let's get right into it. I will show you guys. It's very private. I know like some of y'all might not like it. My handwriting is chicken scratch. It's not aesthetic. Again, just putting that out there. It's not supposed to be pretty. So I'm gonna show you guys my very first month for 2022. This is January, and this year I only plan to read 6 to 8 books a month. Maybe if I do more, that's okay, totally okay with that. But for now, I'm only planning 8 books a month, and I'm kind of giving spoilers away for some of my future videos, but that's okay. I don't think anyone really cares. On the left is my TBR for January, and on the right is gonna be my wrap-up side for January. And I usually leave this side blank. Obviously, I haven't read them yet, but at the end of the month, that is when I total everything up, and I will show you some examples from last year so you guys can see. But let's go back to the left side on my TBR. I think that writing in pencil is the best thing that you can do for yourself when it comes to books like this, because my TBR changes like weekly. This will probably all be scratched out and rethought out in a few weeks, but for now, this is what I've got. And I do put new releases in parentheses. For example, Reminders of Him releases on January 18th. Still on the left side, there's 3 new releases releases in January. Even though that To Paradise, which comes out on January 11th, isn't on my TBR, it still releases in January and I want to remember that. But I do have a little news section down here. Now let's go to the right side. I am gonna, again, this is gonna be kind of spoiler. I am gonna show you guys my filming schedule for January. So if you come down, my upstairs neighbor's actually vacuuming right now. Back to what I was saying, filming in January. So I do upload every Saturday and on the last day of the month. This is again written in pencil because who knows if I'll actually stick to this schedule, but things change, and obviously I have my reading journal part 1 coming out today as you're watching this. I will just show you guys an example of the next few months. So this is February. I do have my books planned out pretty far in advance because I like to plan my videos in advance. So this is really helpful. If you look at February, my first book literally just says book talk because it's a whole video of me just picking a book from book talk to read. We have the new releases that are coming out in February. And again, we have the videos I plan to film in February. But I do that for every single month. And in March, I do have some sticky notes because there are some videos that I like to plan out the books that I have to read for. I like using sticky notes just randomly in here. So you'll see those every once in a while. I'm not gonna go any further than this so you guys can see up to April to what I plan to read. And now I'm gonna show you guys some of my months last year so you can see some completed, me peeping in right now. It's not very pretty, okay? Let me show you my messiest month just to get it out there. Let's just do that. And I'm gonna show it right here so you guys don't see it too close up on the bird's eye view camera. We're getting real here, okay? September was definitely my messiest month, okay? But it just does not look very pretty. And this year I'm gonna try a little bit harder, but this is it. And these are some notes for the YouTube videos that I did that month. And it's not pretty. My handwriting's not pretty. I chicken scratched some stuff. I wrote in different colors. It's just a little chaotic, okay? But it makes sense to me, and that's what matters, right? This whole video is just about my reading journal. So if I give you some ideas on organization, that's great. But just remember, my reading journal, my messy handwriting, I get it. I understand it. It works for me. But I am gonna show you guys a few months from last year, kind of just to show you some completed months, starting off with April. So in April, obviously, I had 7 books planned. I DNF'd 10,000 Doors of January, so obviously I just put a little X next to that. Down here in the left corner is when Shadow and Bone on Netflix came out, and I put that like watch Shadow and Bone because I had read Shadow and Bone in March, so that was important for me to watch. And then on the right we have my April wrap up. I ended up reading 8 books, DNFing 1 book, and my average is 4 stars. So I like to put my average ratings just in pencil just to kind of like see what my rating average was that month. And then down here again we just have my film schedule. So literally like I've done this for every single month. May, my TBR was really short, but I still ended up reading 8 books that obviously just weren't on my TBR. Here, I'm just gonna flip through a few of the pages so you guys can see through a few of my months. So June, very similar, read 9 books, average 3.5, and then filming. Again, I mean, it's not like beautiful, but it makes sense to me. I really love my reading journal, and I'm gonna stop in August. That's all you guys get to see. Okay, now I've mentioned my reading journal in the past, and a lot of people have asked to see it. I've had like 5 or 6 people, which is a lot for me, comment down below like, hey, I want to see your reading journal. I'd love to see your reading journal. And this is it. This is literally my reading journal. I love this thing with my whole heart. I don't know what I would do without it. It keeps me organized. It makes me feel really good to look at it. Pretty much every time I finish a book, I write it down. That is my reading journal, and I'm excited to write in it fresh for the new year. Very simple. I literally just, every 2 pages is dedicated to a new month, and that's it. It just makes the most sense to me. Now, I'm gonna get into my gratitude journal. This journal is from Clever Fox. That is the brand. They reached out to me to try out their journals. They didn't even ask me to make a video on it, and I'm doing it because I genuinely like this journal. Can we just appreciate the cuteness of this journal too? Like, these are little stamps. They're stamped on, but it's like textured. It's really cute. It kind of reminds me of those foam toys that I had as a kid that I would like play with in the bath. It's really nice. Very nice quality, and the pages are beautiful and empty right now because I've only done a month. Oh, it's just great, and let's get right into it. Clever Fox is an amazing brand who provides journals and planners for all sorts of different people. They have weekly, monthly, and daily planners along with budgeting, fitness, and gratitude journals. I also recommend their password book because we all should be more organized when it comes to our passwords. I recently lost like 5 passwords to very important websites, but my favorite part about Clever Fox is the stickers they provide. For only an extra few dollars, Clever Fox will provide you with the absolute cutest stickers for your journals. I've been using the stickers in my Clever Fox weekly planner. This has helped a lot with December since the holidays can be a really crazy time of year. I've already used some of these because, you know, I'm using the journals, and I did receive a rose gold, very pretty bullet journal, but it's empty. I haven't written in it yet because I did order some stickers. 2022, I'm about to become a little bit more creative than I usually am, so just stay tuned for that. This is what I'm most excited for. Switching to the bird's eye view, I am going to show you guys a few blank pages so then you guys can understand what I've been doing every week. So this is a daily thing. On the left side, we have today's main goal and what you're most excited about for that day. They also have a today I'm grateful for blank, and you can kind of write it out in sentence form or list form. I usually do all of these in a list format because I find that writing in sentences can kind of get too jumbled up and a little bit crazy sometimes. Then these 2 questions right here usually change up every single page. That's actually really interesting. It keeps every page a little bit different. And then they always have today my affirmation is blank, and then on the right side we have an evening reflection. So you're supposed to do the left side in the morning and the right side in the evening, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing both of them in the afternoon. So I think it makes the most sense for me and my time. I usually don't pull out a journal 2 times in a day, so I think just doing it at the end of the night is the best way that I can do it. They have the emojis up in the top right corner, super cute. I usually just end up circling or highlighting the one that I'm feeling that day or the multiple that I'm feeling that day. And then under here, these 4 questions usually stay the same. So the best things I experienced today were, things I did to make a positive difference today include, lessons I have learned today are, and I'm looking forward to blank. And what is super fun and what I think is so cool, after 7 pages, there's always a weekly exercise. So at the end of each week, you kind of can look through your week and see what you did and what was most important to you, week wins and skills and habits that you stuck to every single day. And they always ask these 4 little questions. But on the left is kind of the fun activity, and you can kind of doodle it up. You can add color, you can use your pens, you can use stickers. I usually do not, so don't judge me for that. But I'm going to show you guys a few example days of my weeks, the past few weeks. Let's go to December 19th. This was a really fun day. I went to my family's to bake cookies. We usually do a fun little tradition every year before Christmas, and obviously I was most excited about that. My goal was to laugh a lot, and I was grateful for my family, the gym, my friends, and Brock and Dobie. Pardon my chicken scratch. Again, I don't really try at the end of the night. It's also like 9 p.m. when I'm writing this. That's why it's a little bit messy, and I'm in my bed. So I'm not going to go into any further detail about that. This was one of the weekly exercises that I did. Complete the sentence, and I thought it was really cute. It kind of makes you brag about yourself or points out certain flaws, like I think too much. Obviously I do, but I will say, for example, December 22nd is a pretty good time to point out I completely skip some of the questions on the right side. I didn't make a positive difference this day, and that's okay. I don't think every day you can do that. So sometimes I do skip the questions on the right, but I usually always finish what's on the left. So that is it for my gratitude journal. I hope that you guys enjoyed the little tour, and if you guys want, I do have a Clever Fox discount code. It is just my name, MADI with a 10 at the end, so MADI 10. That is my discount code. You can only use the discount code on the Clever Fox website, which I will have linked down below. You can also buy Clever Fox on Amazon. You just can't use my discount code on Amazon. Clever Fox has some amazing options and really unique journals on their website, so definitely give it a look. But that is it for my reading journal and my gratitude journal in this video. Again, I just want to kind of apologize that I'm not that creative when it comes to artistic abilities, but you know, we all have our flaws. I'm creative in other ways and I know that, and I'm proud of myself either way. But I will say one of my goals is going to be a little bit more creative when it comes to journaling and kind of just artistically in general. I did buy a few coloring books even because I've never really been into coloring. So I think that it's going to broaden my horizon creatively. So that'll be good. If you want to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Comment down below if you end up getting your own Clever Fox journal. I have been lucky enough to partner with them and I'm excited to do it in the future also. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next week. I'm sorry, can we just look at my setup for this video? I was struggling, okay? I even have my tripod extended. Don't mind the trash can or the painting in the back. We're moving soon, so it's a little bit chaotic, but it's a little... I'm so sorry, this is a mess.